Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing all of my favorite drugstore products. So as you can see, I have them back here behind me. And yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So I really wanted to film this video and let you guys know all of my favorite drugstore products, from foundations all the way to eyeshadow palettes and everything like that. So what I'm going to be starting off with today is foundation, and my two absolutely favorite foundations that I love and can always count on with my oily skin are the Maybelline 24-Hour Super Stay Foundation. This is an awesome foundation. Full coverage, and it has a beautiful finish to it, a very like soft matte type of look. It's really comfortable to wear and it looks beautiful on the skin, and whenever I wear this I think it looks so good, so really like that. And then one of my absolute favorites, you guys might already know this, but it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. Now I think it has been more than a year now since I've been using this foundation and I love it. It's my tried and true, it's the one I always go back to. It's definitely the one I can always count on. I never have any issues with it. So I absolutely love this foundation. Really recommend it. And of course it does have a great coverage, and it's also kind of that like demi matte finish. For concealer, I only have one in this category, and you guys might already be able to guess this, but it is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is just... it's so good, you guys, and I really love it. I find that it doesn't even really crease under the eyes, which is amazing for a concealer. It has great coverage and it's lightweight and it blends so easily. So I really enjoy this concealer, and if you have not tried it, I really recommend picking it up. It is only $7. So overall, I just think it's such a fantastic concealer and I really love it. Next up, we have setting powders. Now, of course, this is going to be in my favorites, and it's the Coty Airspun powder. Now this powder is great for baking, but it's also really good for just setting the whole face, and that's what I use it for on a daily basis, and it doesn't make me look cakey or anything like that. So super affordable too. It's like $5 or $6 or so, so I definitely recommend picking that up if you have not tried it. Now I do have another one in this category, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. This is so nice. I don't know why it does this, but it like blurs out your pores and it's amazing. So I absolutely love this powder as well. Two really good ones. Really like it. I believe this one is about $9 or $10, so a little bit more expensive than the Coty Airspun, but overall they're both really great powders. Now as for bronzers, I have two in this category. This one is like such an OG, but it is the Wet n Wild Contour Kit or Contour Palette in the color Dulce de Leche. And as you guys can see, I have hit pan on both the like under eye setting powder and the contour. I love these both. I think the formula is amazing and it blends out beautifully. And by the way, it is matte, which is really nice. And again, it's super affordable. It is Wet n Wild, so I think it was around $5 or $6. The next bronzer is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Bronzer. This shade in particular is in the shade Afternoon Delight. They do have quite a good shade range. I think they have maybe like 5 or so different colors of bronzers, and I know that I've just started using this, but the formula and pigmentation on it is just so good, and I really like it, so I just had to go ahead and throw this in there. Now next up is blush, and I'm honestly not that big of a blush person. I wear it every day, but I don't really have like an absolute favorite from the drugstore. But when I thought of blush, I immediately thought of the e.l.f. blush palettes. These are so amazing. I want to say they're $6. They could be a little bit more now. I did buy mine quite a long time ago. Great pigmentation, blendability, it's all there, and so affordable too. You have four of them that you can choose from. I like the packaging too. You know, it's very small, compact, and great to travel with. Next we have the fun part, which is highlighters. So I kind of have quite a few in here because you guys, there are so many good highlighters at the drugstore. So the first one that I have is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. highlight. This is in the shade 100 Molten Gold, the best shade in my opinion. It's just so intense and it's just a really beautiful color. It's actually what I have on my cheeks today. It's definitely one of those highlights where it's like buttery, creamy, smooth highlight, and it's so intense and affordable. This is definitely a very high quality highlighter and one of my favorites from the drugstore. Now, runner up from that is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlight. Now, I'm sure you guys could have guessed that this is a pretty raved about highlight, I would say. And same thing, it's got that like creamy, smooth texture. Pigment is wonderful and one of the best from the drugstore. Alright, the next one I have is the Milani Strobe Light Highlighter, and this is in the shade 03 Sun Glow. This is really pretty as well and one of the best from the drugstore, so I really recommend all of those three. So now I actually have highlighter palettes as well. I wanted to go ahead and throw them in there. So I just reviewed this in my last couple of videos, and it is the Makeup Revolution Soph X Highlighter Palette. This is only $12. This is like my favorite palette ever. It's so intense and I just feel like you're really getting a steal with this palette. I highly recommend it. It's just, oh, it's so pretty. Now I just have one last highlighter palette, and it is the Sleek Makeup Highlighter Palette. This is a Solstice one, and these shades are actually not my favorite. I really want to get I think it's the Cleopatra one. However, like if you mix like all of these three together, they're so pretty, and this is one of the most intense highlighters I have ever used, drugstore or high-end. Like, this is so intense. So if you're looking for something super blinding, I definitely recommend this one. Or they do have different highlighter palettes with different shades if you don't like this one, but otherwise formula and pigmentation of it is so good. Now I want to talk a little bit about some eye products. So first I'm going to go ahead and mention some eyeliners. This eyeliner is amazing. It is the Essence Super Last Matte Black Eyeliner. It's the eyeliner I have on today. I feel like the applicator that it has makes it super easy to apply your eyeliner, and I just really love it. It's so intense and black and obviously matte, and I like that in a eyeliner. I think it's like $3.99, so it's such a steal and it's such a great eyeliner. It doesn't even transfer or anything like that, so I really recommend it. For the waterline, I don't typically wear eyeliners on the waterline, but when I do use a Colourpop, what are these called? Cream gel liners. Now this one specifically is in the shade Mr. Bing, just a really pretty kind of coffee brown shade. They're super pigmented and I just really like these, and of course they're so affordable. For mascara, I have two favorites. So the first one is like a holy grail. I've been using this for years and years, and it is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara. It's just a tried and true. It's the one I literally always go back to. It never lets me down. Always makes my lashes just so long and full, and I just love this mascara so much. It's seriously one of my favorites. Now the next one that I have is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This as well is such a good mascara. I just really like this. The formula on it is really great, and I normally don't really care for curved mascaras, but for whatever reason this really works. Now the CoverGirl Lash Blast also has a plastic bristle, but it is more of a thick kind of one, and the bristles on there are super short, just like the Lash Sensational. So I really like these. I really enjoy them, and I can always count on those two. Alright, so next up I have brow stuff. So one of my favorite brow pencils is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Just a really nice pencil, just really gets in there, and you can be really precise with it and everything. I'm so sorry you guys, I just realized that I don't have a brow gel, because I don't think I've ever really tried a brow gel from the drugstore, so I'm gonna have to do that. So because of that, this is all I got in the brow section, but really do love it. I think it's really good. Next up, I have palettes. I'm sure you guys can probably guess what kind of palette I'm going to mention, and it is the Colourpop palettes. So I just want to mention Colourpop palettes in general. Please buy one if you're looking for a good eyeshadow palette. These have never let me down out of all of these. The formula in every single palette top-notch, amazing. Since we're on the topic of Colourpop eyeshadows, I do also want to quickly mention that their single shadows are amazing as well. So let's say you haven't found a palette that really works for you, definitely get some of their single shadows, build your own palette. I want to say they're like $5 or $6 each, but definitely buy them when they're on sale. A lot of the times they'll have them when they're half off or like 20% off your entire order. So definitely wait until they have a sale and buy them then, and stock up, girl, because you are not going to be disappointed. Their eyeshadows are seriously my favorite out of Drugstore and high-end, and that's saying a lot, you guys. Lastly, for eyeshadow at the Drugstore, I want to mention the Milani palettes, or just Milani eyeshadows in general. They are so good, you guys. Really, really nice quality. Blendability is there, pigmentation is there. So I really recommend picking up some Milani eyeshadows if you haven't already. Really don't think you'd be disappointed at all. Alright, you guys, so now we're on to the last categories of drugstore makeup, and those are lip products. So first, I'm going to start with lip liners, and for lip liners, I have two. Now, the first one that I have here is not my absolute favorite, but I still really like it, and it is the NYX lip liner pencils. Now, these are like the old-fashioned ones that you have to like sharpen and everything, but they just have a great selection, very wide color range to their lip pencils, and of course, they're super affordable. So I really like these. The only thing I don't like is that they can be a little bit more on the dry side. So that's the only reason they're not my absolute favorites, but I still really, really love them. Now, my all-time favorite lip liners are the Colourpop Lippy Pencil Liners. I don't know what these are called. What are they called? Lippy pencils. Okay. And the reason these are my favorite is because, my goodness, girl, they are so creamy. Like, I don't know, like, can you see this, guys? Like, I barely even have to like push down on that, and so much pigment comes off of it. So not only are they pigmented, but they're creamy, smooth, and comfortable on the lips. So if you're looking for a really great lip liner, I highly recommend these. They are just so amazing, as is a lot of Colourpop makeup. I know I have mentioned a lot of Colourpop in this video, so I'm really sorry if you guys, you know, kind of don't really consider Colourpop to be drugstore, but I do, in my opinion, just because of their affordable prices, and now you can buy them at Ulta and everything like that. So plus they just have really, really good makeup, so I can't not mention them. Next up, I want to talk about lip glosses. Of course, Colourpop lip glosses. These are their ultra glossy lips, super comfortable, great formula, and they're but like $5 or $6. This one is in the shade Fairy Floss, really, really pretty nude color, one of my favorites. Now, the next one is the NYX Butter Glosses. These are so lightweight, but they have like great pigment to them, and they're so comfortable on the lips. So I really love these as well. I just think both of them are really, really great. Now, there are quite a few other lip glosses at the drugstore that are really good, but these are my two favorite ones. Now I have a few things in the liquid lip category. So this one is an ultra satin lip from Colourpop. Now these are not transfer proof, so if you don't like that, I definitely don't recommend these. However, they are very, very comfortable on the lips because they're not a dry matte. So really love this. Of course, they're from Colourpop and they have a great selection of colors. Now, as for matte liquid lipsticks that are transfer proof, I have the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit liquid lipsticks. These are amazing, you guys. They're so comfortable on the lips. They last such a long time, and they're so pigmented. I don't have any problems with these. They're not streaky, they're matte, and they're transfer proof, so love them. And the main thing is that they're comfortable on the lips. So I really, really love these. They don't have a huge range of color, which I don't really care for, but you can always mix these shades together and kind of create your own shade, which I have done before, and I don't mind doing that. So if you don't mind doing that either, I definitely recommend doing that if you can't find your shade. Now, the last one that I have are the CoverGirl Melting Pout Matte Liquid Lips. This one, what is this shade? In Current Nude, and it's beautiful. Like, if you guys could not tell, I love nude shades. I think they're beautiful. It's this shade right here. And you know what? Now I'm kind of thinking, is this transfer proof? I don't remember. I'm gonna put this on my lips right now. Okay guys, so I lied. These are not transfer proof. I for some reason was thinking that they were. However, they don't like crazily transfer on the lips, but again, they're not transfer proof, but it still has like kind of that moussey whipped texture to it, and that makes it so comfortable to wear, and I could wear this for hours and hours. But anyway, these are really good as well. Great formula to them. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on the best drugstore makeup, what's worth your money, and just things that you're gonna get a lot of use out of and not be disappointed in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, please go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!